Welcome back to today's video. We're doing this dinosaur loops and threads kit. I've actually had this for a while, but I want to get done with some of these older loops and threads kits that I have so we can move on to the fall themed loops and threads kits that are starting to come out. So we're going to make this cute little dinosaur. But here I have the yarn that's included in the kit, the multicolored blue yarn, yellow, black, stuffing, the tapestry needle, and the eyes that come in the kit. This stitch marker is mine. If you want to have one, you can. You don't need one, but if you have one of your own, it's good to have a pair of scissors because they don't supply anything. This is the crochet hook that comes in the kit. And from my past experience, it's very close and similar to a 3mm hook. I don't like crocheting with this hook. It's not super comfortable for me, so I'm going to use this one. This is the one that I got off of Temu a while ago. It has a nice grip. It's a very comfortable hold, and the hook stays in where sometimes the hook falls out of other ones. So I'm using a 3mm hook instead of the one in the kit. So we're going to show you some stitches you should know and get started. So starting first with a slip knot. So we're going to hold the tail in our left hand, lift it up around our finger, putting your hand through, twisting, grabbing your long yarn. So hand like this, here, and you see this long tail? This is the one you're grabbing, making a loop and tightening it down. That's your slip knot. A chain is you put your hook onto your slip knot, yarn over, and pull through. That's a chain, like this. So we're going to continue from here. After a chain, you would do a single crochet. So into the stitch next to it, put your hook through, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. So through, yarn over, up, 2 loops, yarn over, 2. Single crochet. A double crochet is a yarn over, put through, pull, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So double crochet, yarn over, put through, pull up, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, double crochet. Half double crochet is a yarn over, put through, pull up, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. So half double crochet, yarn over, put through, pull through all 3, yarn over, all 3. That's your half double crochet. So now we're going to do an increase. So let's say we're doing a single crochet increase. That's 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So into the next stitch, put your hook through, grab your yarn, do a single crochet, and in the same exact stitch, do another single crochet. So now there's 2 stitches in 1, which is an increase. So 2 stitches in 1. It's the same if it's a half double crochet, or single crochet increase. It's always 2 stitches in 1. A decrease is 2 stitches together. So in the next one we're going to do a decrease. So put your hook in, grab your yarn, pull up. Now you're going to stay here, go into your next stitch, put your hook through, pull up, and now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So now those 2 stitches have become 1 stitch. So put your hook through, pull up, put your hook through, pull up 3 loops, yarn over all 3, that's your decrease. I'm going to show you how to do a treble crochet. So a treble crochet, you're going to yarn over twice, put through, and now we have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 3. That's why it's a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, go into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over through 2, and 2. That's your treble crochet. So we're going to undo this, and I'm going to show you how to do a magic ring. That's the last thing you should know before starting this kit. So your magic ring, tail in your hand, thumb, index finger on my left hand. Using 2 fingers, I wrap the yarn over, under, back across the top, make an X like this. You have the first strand and the second strand. Go under the first, over the second. You're going to hook the second strand, pull down, twist to make this shape, and you're going to hold your loop, yarn over with your working yarn, and pulling it through. That makes your magic ring. I'll show you one more time. So 2 fingers, holding, over, this way, X. I use my pinky and my 4th finger to hold tension on this working yarn. Go under the first, over the second, hook, pull down, turning clockwise, making this shape, yarn over, pulling down and up to get through that loop. That's my magic ring. So, and if you pull the short tail, the ring is adjustable. You can make it bigger or smaller. So those are all the stitches you should know. I have another video on my channel that is slower demonstration of a magic ring if you need to look at that. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and get started with the pattern. So the first thing we're going to get started with is the head. I'm not going in order of the one written pattern that's included in the kit. You can if you want, but here's the head. So this is the written pattern for the head. Most crochet starts off with a magic ring. So here they give you 2 options. You can make the magic ring and do the 6 single crochet in the ring, or the chain 2 method. For me, the chain 2 method doesn't work. If it works for you, wonderful. My video is going to have the regular magic ring method. I have my stitch marker on the side just in case. So let's get started. So, taking our yarn, hold it here in your hand, lay it over your fingers, go over, under, over, X, under the first, over the second, down, twist clockwise, grab your working yarn, and pull down. If that's too fast for you, or you're not sure, you can slow it down with the settings on the playback speed, or you can watch the beginning of the video where I explained how to make all the different stitches. Other than that, we're going to continue. So I hold my left side of the ring with my thumb and my 3rd finger to keep it in place while I'm placing my stitches, holding both loops and the bottom. This just prevents my ring from flopping around. So I'm going to make mine a little smaller, like this. So this is my tension. I use my 1st finger. So 6 single crochets. So you can do a chain 1 first. This will be your chain 1 space. So chain 1, 6 single crochets. So going into your ring, yarn over, pull up, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, single crochet. So in the ring, yarn over, pull up, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, single crochet. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to double check. So this one here, this is the chain 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This yarn is kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see it a little better than me. But there's 6 V shapes right here. So now we're going to take the short tail, holding the last stitch we did, pinching it between my fingers, pulling this tight to close up the ring. I'm going to do the slip stitch chain 1. So into the first stitch that we did, you put your hook through, pull up, pull through, that's your slip stitch. Chain 1, that's your round 1. So you'll have 6 single crochets in your round 1. Round 2. We already did our chain 1, so we're doing 2 single crochets in each stitch, which is an increase. So in that stitch, you pull your hook through, pull yarn over, pull up, pull through 2, put your hook through the same stitch. Remember, an increase is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So there's 2, put your hook, pull up, yarn over, through 2, same stitch, put through, pull up, pull through 2. Okay? So 2 stitches in 1 stitch. So we did 2, 4, 6. That's a total of 6 so far. At the end of this round, you're going to have 12. If you lose count easily, use a stitch marker, a scrap piece of yarn, or something that will help you remember. When making little animals like this, it's very important that your count is correct. So we got 8, 9. All right, so here is all your stitches. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now that we have all of our stitches, take out your stitch marker, into the first stitch of the round, you're going to do a slip stitch. So put your hook through, pull up, pull all the way through, chain 1. That's your round 2. Round 3 is going to be a single crochet and then an increase. So into that same stitch you did your slip stitch, you're placing a single crochet, and then in the next stitch you're doing an increase. Remember, an increase is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Put your stitch marker in the beginning. So you're going to repeat that sequence. Single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. You do that all the way around. At the end of this round you'll have 18 stitches. So and you'll always end on an increase stitch. There we are. So this is our 18 stitches. Take out your stitch marker, put your hook into that first stitch, pull through, pull all the way through, chain 1, that's your slip stitch and chain 1. That's your round 3. Round 4 is similar. You're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. So it'll be single crochet, increase, single crochet. So same stitch that you put your slip stitch into, single crochet. In the next stitch, increase. So 2 stitches in 1. And finish the sequence off with a single crochet. So you're working a total of 4 stitches. So again, the sequence is single crochet, increase, single crochet, and that's your sequence. Repeat that all the way around. At the end of round 4, you'll have 24 stitches. So at this point, I'll meet you back for the slip stitch and chain 1. So I finished round 4. You can really see right here all the chain 1 spaces starting to take shape. So don't get these mixed up for the first stitch of the round. So we need to do our slip stitch and chain 1. So into the first stitch of the round, slip stitch, chain 1. So round 5, they want you to place the markers for the eyes as follows. So the first thing we're going to do is single crochet in 7 stitches. So in the same stitch as your slip stitch, we start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Place the stitch marker and then single crochet in 10. So I don't have any stitch markers with me. This is the only one I have. So I will count mine later on to do it. But if you have a stitch marker to do it with, you would take and place your stitch marker right here on that 7th stitch, and you can continue on. So I'm going to mark the beginning of my round 5. And continue. Now you're going to do 10 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to place the marker again. So I'm going to show you an example with the eyes, since I don't have a stitch marker. That way you guys can see what it's going to look like. So it's going to be 1 there, and then it was in the beginning it was 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it's going to be here. So right now it looks a little silly, but you're going to have your stitch markers here or whatever you're using. You can always count it back later on, but that's what's going to be right there. Let's continue with round 5. To finish off the round, you're going to need 7 more single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So round 5 has a total of 24 stitches. If you're working it like me and you're placing the eyes later, you can place the eyes where the instruction says, or you can place them closer or further apart so that he can have a unique look. You don't have to make it exactly like the box. Customize them a little bit, make them unique for you. So rounds 6 through 9 are the same. It's going to be a single crochet in each stitch. So in the same stitch we did our slip stitch, you place your first single crochet. We're pretty sure on how to do single crochets at this point, so you're just putting one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. When you get in between each round, use your stitch marker, don't lose count. Place your stitch marker, remembering to do your slip stitch and chain 1 in between round 6, 9, 7, or 6, 8, 7, 8, and 9. Each stitch or each round will have 24 stitches, so take time, count in between. I'm going to meet you guys back at the end of round 9 to do the final slip stitch and chain 1 before we continue on with round 10. So we finished our round 6, 7, 8, and 9 where it's making the head. I still have 24 stitches. I'm going to do that slip stitch and chain 1, and then I'll explain to you what I did with the eyes. So slip stitch, chain 1. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit so I don't pull it out. So I placed the eyes. I counted from here, so we have round 1, 2, 3, 4, and round 5. Since I didn't place stitch markers before, all I did was go from my chain 1 space and count 7 stitches and then count 10 stitches to place the eyes where the pattern had originally said. And you can put this down towards the bottom. This is that chain 1 line. You can put it at the top, you can put it down at the bottom. Either way, you can move the eyes closer together if you want to have a different look. I'm going to go ahead, leave my eyes here, and I'm going to go ahead and put the plastic backings on them just to have them in place. It's a lot easier to do it now than later. They don't have you do it until after round 10, but I'm already here, so why not? If you're satisfied with how it looks, keep it that way. So now we're going to do round 10. We've got a few more rounds to go to finish off the head. So round 10 is going to be 7 single crochets. So in the same stitch we did our slip stitch chain 1, we start our single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stitch marker, and then this is the tail from the ring. I'm going to just put that in his head so that it will stop getting in the way. Now we're going to do our first decrease. So it's going to be a decrease and then a single crochet, and repeat that 5 times. So now it's a decrease. So into the next stitch, put your hook through, grab your yarn, pull up like this. Go into this next stitch, do the same thing. 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3. That's your decrease. We're going to do that again in a minute. Now you're going to do a single crochet. And again, repeat the decrease, single crochet. So decrease, so hook into the next stitch, all 3. Single crochet. The last one real slow. Put your hook into the next stitch, pull up, 2 loops. Next stitch, pull up, 3 loops. Yarn over, all 3. So we've done this 3 times. We need to do 2 more for a total of 5 times. So decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet. If you want to know for sure that you did the right amount, you come here and you see how this stitch is a little more bulky than this stitch. This is your decrease. So we have decrease, single crochet, that's 1. Decrease, single crochet is 2. Decrease, single crochet 3. Decrease, single crochet 4. Decrease, single crochet 5. We repeated that 5 times. Now the last thing we're going to do is one final decrease. So hook in, up, 3 loops, all through, get that stitch marker out of the way, slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, pull through, pull all the way through, and chain 1. So now for round 10 you should have 18 stitches instead of 24, making the opening of the head smaller. So we placed the eyes already. If you haven't, they want you to place your eyes now, because as the hole gets smaller it's going to become more difficult. Round 11 is going to be 6 single crochets and then 6 decreases. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take your stitch marker, now we're doing 6 decreases. So into the next stitch, put your hook through, pull through, up, put through, pull through, up, yarn over, all 3, decrease. So that's 1 decrease, 2 decrease, 3 decrease, 4, 5, and the last one to finish off round 11, 6. Now you're going to do your slip stitch and chain 1. If you're having a hard time with the decrease and you don't understand how I'm possibly doing it, slow the playback speed down as much as you need to try and see it visually. Or back at the beginning of the video, I show a decrease in more detail. So now we're going to do round 12. Round 12 is going to be our last round, which is just 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then you do your slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, pull through, pull all the way through, chain 1, pull up, leave a bit of a tail. You don't need too much. They say 12 inches and that seems like a lot. Leave a bit of a tail to sew it onto the body later. So chain 1, pull up your loop to secure, and cut. Now we're going to go ahead and add stuffing to his head since we're here. So take the head. It doesn't have you do this until later. If you want to wait until later, you can. But grab some stuffing. If you have a hard time stuffing it when the hole is smaller, you could have done it at round 10 or round 11 when the hole was a little bigger. But you just push it in there and you shape the head how you want. If you don't like where the eyes are, now's the time to change it. That's what I'm going to leave it at for now. It looks like this. His eyes are very far apart, but I'm going to leave it that way because his eyes are very far apart on the box. He's a derpy dinosaur, you know. So the head is complete, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the tail. So we're going to get cleaned up and we're going to get started with that. The written pattern for the tail is this. Pause for the screenshot. Of course, this one also starts off with a magic ring. It's going to be a very difficult magic ring with only 3 single crochets in it. So basically we're starting from the tip of his tail, working our way towards the wider opening. So this is going to be the tiniest magic ring. Let's go ahead and get started. Grabbing our same color yarn. Now you can still do 2 fingers, or you can do it around 1 finger to make the magic ring smaller. So you do, if I'm going to show you how to do it around 1 finger, so you hold it against your 1 finger, go under and over, and you're making that same X. The same as if you were doing it over 2. Getting under that strand is probably the hardest part, but you're going under the first, over the second, pulling it down, twisting it, making that same shape, yarning over, twisting your hook down and up to get it through that loop. So now we have a tiny magic ring. Since we're only doing 3 single crochets in it, you don't need a 2 finger size ring. But if it works for you to do 2 fingers, do the 2 fingers. So the same thing that we did in the first round, or the head, is put your hook into the circle, grab your yarn, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do 2 more for a total of 3. So 2 and 3. So we're going to tighten this down. And I'm going to shape it a little bit. So now when you do this, you have 1, 2, and 3. So you have to do your slip stitch and chain 1 into this first one, which is going to make it smush together. It's going to be difficult for like the first 2 rounds. After that, it's going to be much easier. So holding your circle, getting into that first stitch, yarning over, pulling through, holding all your stitches, and pulling all the way through. This just looks like a circly mess, but don't worry, it makes sense. So there we go. We have 1, 2, 3. That's your chain 1 space. So now round 2 is an increase round where you put 2 stitches in each. So into that first stitch, you put 2 single crochets. Into the next stitch, 2 single crochets. And into that last stitch, 2 single crochets. So now we have a total of 6 stitches. And what we're going to do, and it's still going to be a tight circle because the first round was so tight. So I'm going to have it curve inside out, or you can curve it right side this way. Get into that first stitch, yarn over. We're doing our slip stitch and chain 1 for round 2. So mine was flipping inside out. Push it from the bottom and push it up, and then do your chain 1. So here you have round 1 and round 2. Those are going to be the 2 hardest rounds to do. Make sure you have a good grip on it when you're working it. Take your time. So now we're going to do rounds 3. Rounds 3 and 4 are the same. 1 single crochet in each stitch. This is the easy part now. So 1 single crochet in each stitch. Do your slip stitch and chain 1 in between those rounds. And I'll meet you back at the end of round 4. Both rounds will have a total of 6 stitches. Alright, so I did rounds 3 and 4. I did my slip stitch and chain 1. You can see here, this is our chain 1 space. This is the tip of the tail so far. We're going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to take, so this is the tail from the magic ring that we made. I'm just going to trim this one off to get it out of the way. You could tuck it in if you wanted to. So round 5 is a single crochet, an increase, repeated 3 times. So single crochet and then an increase. So an increase is just 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So put your stitch marker at the beginning of the round. So that's 1 set, single crochet, increase, that's 2, single crochet, increase. As it gets bigger, it will get easier to work. Working on things that are small like this can be very hard, so take a break if you're feeling frustrated. So here we go. So you're going to put your hook in and do your slip stitch, chain 1. Round 5 has a total of 9 stitches. Looks like this. It's kind of a cone. Rounds 6 and 7 are the same, just single crochet rounds. So we're going to do those real quick. I don't like it when my yarn splits. Do your slip stitch and chain 1 in between rounds 6 and 7, and I'll see you back for round 8. Alright, so we did our rounds 6 and 7 here. Here's how big it is. We're going to do round 8. I already did my slip stitch and chain 1. So round 8 is a single crochet, an increase, and repeat it. Oh, it's a single crochet, 3 increases, and then a single crochet in the next 5. A little different. So start off with a single crochet, and then you're doing an increase in the next 3 stitches. So 1 increase, the second increase, and the third increase. So that's 3 increases. So I'm going to place my stitch marker back here in the beginning. And the next that we're going to do is 5 single crochets to finish off the round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Round 8 has 12 stitches. Do your slip stitch and chain 1. So, and this is your round 8. Round 9 is just one single crochet in each stitch. So knock that out real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do your slip stitch and chain 1. Get this out of the way. There we go. So now we're going to do our round 10. Our round 10 is 2 single crochets. So 1, 2, an increase in the next. So increase, put your stitch marker, and then a sequence of a single crochet increase repeated twice. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and then a single crochet in the last 5 stitches to finish off the round. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take out your stitch marker, slip stitch and chain 1, and you can see how the tail is starting to get wider. So that's round 10. Round 10 had 15 stitches. So the last 2 rounds, 11 and 12. So round 11 starts off with a sequence, a single crochet into an increase repeated 3 times. So single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. Repeat one more time, single crochet, increase, and then in the last 6 stitches, a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Slip stitch, chain 1. You can see how doing single crochets and increases in certain places are helping to take shape of like a swooped up dinosaur tail, instead of it just being a cone that's equal all the way around. The last stitch, being round 12, is just 1 single crochet in each stitch, which is going to be a total of 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Then you're going to slip stitch chain 1, pull up. You need a little bit of a tail for sewing it on later, not too much, and you pull up and pull it all the way through. Here's your chain 1 space, and here's the widest part of the tail. So when you put the tail in the body, it's going to be about like this. Here's your chain 1 space. When you put the tail on the body, it's going to be like this. So you can add some stuffing here. We can put in a little bit. We're going to do it right now anyways. So we're going to push some up into the tail tip. And this is where you shape it to how you want it to look. If you want it to be up, you shape it up. You can stuff the tail as much as you want. You can also stuff it later if you don't want to do it right now. So, like this. So I'll set that aside and clean up and move on to the next portion of the pattern. So we're all set up, and we're going to start with the legs next. This is the written pattern for the legs. You are going to have to make 4 of them. I will show you how to make 1 leg on video. You will have to make the other 3 legs yourself. So, with our yarn, we make a magic ring. So, magic ring, under, over, and then we're going to do 6 single crochets into the ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your tail, tighten it down, and then do your slip stitch and chain 1. That's your round 1. Round 2 is an increase round, so 2 single crochets in each stitch. So you can count along, you can use your stitch marker, but 2 single crochets in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 12 stitches, slip stitch, chain 1, like this. That's your round 2. Round 3 is, round 3 through 6 is 1 single crochet in each stitch. This is going to make the height of the leg. So I'll show you round 3, and then you'll do the others on your own. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then you're going to do a slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, pull through, chain 1, flip it right side out, and then you're going to continue doing 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Do a slip stitch and chain 1 in between. I'll meet you guys back for round 7. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all the single crochets, making the height of the leg. So the last stitch for the leg is going to be round 7. I've already done my slip stitch and chain 1. So you're going to do a single crochet in the first 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this round is not going to be worked completely. You're not going to finish the round. It's going to stay flat on one side because you're going to stitch the body of the dinosaur onto it, and this is the part that's going to be on the outside. This is going to be under the belly of the dinosaur. So we do the 6 single crochets, and then in the last stitch you're going to do a slip stitch. So pull up, pull through, and we're going to do a chain 1 to secure. And that's it. That's your round 7. It's just these 7 stitches right here. So 6 single crochets and 1 slip stitch. Leave a little bit of a tail to sew them on, and then pull up to secure it. So it looks like this. You'll add a bit of stuffing, and then when we do the body of the dinosaur, the body's going to lay here, and this is going to go on the outside like this. So let's add a little bit of stuffing before you go. And you want them to be able to stand, so I put mine on the table. When he has all 4 legs, he'll be able to stand really easily, but you don't want to put so much stuffing in it that the bottom of it is bowing out, so he doesn't have to lay down all the time. So there we go. That's one of the legs. Make 3 more legs on your own. Come back to the video when you've done that, and then we'll continue on with the next step. So we're going to go ahead and make the small and medium spikes. So this is the written pattern for the small and medium spikes. So you're making a total of 4 spikes. We're going to make 2 small ones and 2 medium ones. The large spikes are going to be made later on. So this is what we're focusing on right now. So you're grabbing your yellow yarn, and we're going to start with the small. I'm going to make 1 small and 1 medium so you can see how it's done. You'll make the other ones on your own off camera. So the small spikes, grab our yellow yarn, and we're making a slip knot because we're going to be doing a chain. So grabbing your yarn, pulling up a loop like this, putting my fingers through, twisting, grabbing your working tail and pulling it up and through. That's your slip knot. Tighten it onto your hook. The first thing we're going to do is chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like this. It's kind of hard to see this yellow yarn. Let's do that. Alright, so you have your chain 4. Working in the back bumps of each chain, single crochet into the second chain from the hook. When it says back bumps, it means this side instead of this side. So we have 1, 2, that's your second chain from the hook. Put your hook through and do a single crochet. Like this. And then also in the next 2. So 1 and 2. You should have a total of 3 stitches. Like this. Kind of hard. It curls up a little bit here. That's going to be the small spike, and it's just going to look like that. I'm going to go here into this stitch, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, chain 1. You don't have to do this. You can if you want, but you don't have to. So if you look at it from this side, bottom side, and then there's a peak right there. That's the small spike. So now we're going to pull up a little bit. You don't need much of a tail to sew it on, just a little bit. And if you don't leave enough of a tail, you can always just use scrap yarn later on. They gave us a lot of yellow. So now we're going to make the medium one. So the medium one, you're also doing a slip knot. So pull up and twist. Pull down, chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 5. Doing the same concept, you're single crocheting into the second chain from the hook. So put your hook through. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then that's all you do for the medium spike. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do that slip stitch, chain 1, and let's see. So, and that's what it looks like. So you have the medium and the small. It will definitely look a lot better when you put it on the dinosaur. But that's what they look like. So make 2 medium, 2 small, and then we'll continue. So the next thing that we're going to get started on is the body. You're going to need both your yellow and your blue yarn. This is the written pattern for the body. Pause here to take a screenshot of it. And we're going to get started with our magic ring using our yellow yarn. So, got our yellow yarn. Take it and hold it in your hand. Go over, under, and back over. Go under the first, over the second, down, twist, grab, like this. And you're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're going to tighten this down. You're going to do your slip stitch and chain 1 into the first stitch. So grab your yarn, pull through, chain 1. That's round 1. Let's get you guys a little closer. So that's your round 1. We're going to do round 2. Round 2 is going to be 2 single crochets in each stitch. So into the same stitch you did your slip stitch, you're going to put 2 single crochets. And 2 single crochets in the next. You're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. At the end of round 2, you're going to have 12 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to do your slip stitch and chain 1 into the first stitch of the round. Like this. And we're going to do round 3. Round 3 is going to be a single crochet and then an increase, repeated 6 times. So, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. And you're repeating this all the way around. At the end of round 3, we're going to have 18 stitches. And this is my last one, single crochet and an increase. Then we're going to slip stitch, chain 1. That's our round 3. We're going to get started with round 4. This is the last round that we're going to do with the yellow. Round 4 is a single crochet, increase, single crochet, repeated 6 times. So, single crochet, increase, single crochet. Repeat that sequence again, single crochet, increase, single crochet. So I finished with the single crochet, increase, single crochet sequence for round 4. You did it 6 times. You should have 24 stitches. So we need to change from our yellow to our blue yarn. So we're going to do our slip stitch. And then I'm going to grab my blue yarn. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail, and then I'm going to pull both my yellow and my blue yarn to finish off that slip stitch. And then I'm going to pull the blue through, holding the yellow tail down, and I'm going to do a chain 1. And when I work the next round, I'm going to lay both of these pieces along the top for the first 3 stitches. So now that we have our blue, we're going to get started with our round 5. I'm going to cut the yellow so that we're not dragging that around. So into the first stitch. So round 5 is a single crochet in 3 stitches and then an increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. So 1 and 2. And we're going to keep repeating that for 5 more times. I'm holding the yarn here so that the tail of the yellow is worked into the project so that it doesn't come out. So 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. You're going to keep repeating that, 3 single crochets and an increase all the way around. At the end of round 5, you'll have 30 stitches. I'll meet you back for the slip stitch and chain 1. Okay, so this is my round 5. I'm going to take care of these 2 pieces. They don't need to be that long. You can leave them the way if you want. I'm just going to remove mine. So we finished that round. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of that round. So into the first stitch, slip stitch, chain 1. Now we're ready for round 6. Round 6 is a single crochet in 2 stitches and an increase, single crochet in 2, repeated 6 times, and you're going to have a total of 36 stitches. So 1, 2, increase, 1, 2. So the whole sequence is 2, increase, 2. So we're going to take our stitch marker, place your stitch marker here in the beginning. So we have 1, 2, increase. 1, 2. Keep repeating this 4 more times, and I'll meet you guys back. So this is our round 6. I'm going to slip stitch and chain 1. There you go. You should have 36 stitches. Round 7 is going to be single crochet in 5 and then increase, repeat 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increase. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, increase. You're going to repeat that 4 more times. At the end of the round, you're going to have 42 stitches. I'll meet you back for the slip stitch and chain 1. Alright, so this is our round 7. Do our slip stitch and chain 1. And we're going to do round 8. Round 8 is 3 single crochets, increase 3 single crochets, repeated 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, increase, 1, 2, 3. And keep repeating that. 3, increase, 3, all the way around. At the end of round 8, you'll have 48 stitches. So I finish round 8. I have 48 stitches. I'm going to do a slip stitch and chain 1. Round 9 is going to be 7 single crochets and then an increase. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then an increase. You're going to repeat that 5 more times, 7 single crochets, increase. At the end of round 9, you'll have 54 stitches, and I'll meet you back for the slip stitch and chain 1. So this is our round 9. Do our slip stitch and chain 1. Round 9 should have 54 stitches. So what we're making right now, the dino is going to be folded like this, more taco shaped. So rounds 10 and 11 is the rounds that are going to make the top piece where it's going to connect. So round 10 is starting with 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have our 4 single crochets. We're going to do 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, which is making a half double crochet increase. So yarn over, put your hook in the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, all 3. That's a half double crochet. Put another half double crochet in that same stitch, and that's a half double crochet increase. In the next 5 stitches, we're going to do half double crochets. So yarn over, put through, pull up, 3 loops, yarn over, all 3. Yarn over, put through, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, all 3. That's 2 half double crochets, 3 half double crochets, 4, and 5. So we're going to find our stitch marker here, put it in the first stitch of the round. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochets. Next is going to be a double crochet in 2 stitches. So yarn over, put through, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's a double crochet. Yarn over, put through, pull through, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 double crochets. And the third double crochet. So you can see these are the half double crochets and these are the double crochets. They're taller. Then you're going to put 2 double crochets in the next stitch to make a double crochet increase. So yarn over, put through, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over into the same stitch, another double crochet. So 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, making a double crochet increase. Then a double crochet in the next 3, so yarn over, put through, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, put through, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2. This is the third one. So that was 3 double crochets. And then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 5. So we're repeating the same sequence here as before. So half double crochet in the next 5. So yarn over, put through, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 because we're doing half double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are 5 half double crochets. And now we're going to do a half double crochet increase. So into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochets. So that's 1, yarn over, put in the same stitch, half double crochets, increase. And then a single crochet in 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to start with 5 more half double crochets. Yarn over, put through, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, put through, pull through, yarn over, all 3. Keep doing those half double crochets. So that's 3, 4 half double crochets, and 5 half double crochets. And what we're doing here is matching what we did on the other side. So we did 8 single crochets, and now we're going to do a half double crochet increase. So put your hook in, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, put through all 3. Half double crochet increase, and then 5 half double crochets. So yarn over, put through all 3, yarn over, put through all 3, yarn over, put through all 3. So it's 3, 4, and 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochets. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 because we're doing double crochets. Put through, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Through, yarn over, pull through 2. 3 double crochets. We're doing a double crochet increase. So double crochet and another double crochet in the same stitch. That's a double crochet increase. And then 3 double crochets. So put through 2, 2, next stitch, yarn over, put through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, next stitch, 2 and 2. 3 double crochets. 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochets. And then a half double crochet increase. So same stitch. And the last to finish it off is 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that was a lot where you're mixing the stitches back and forth, so that's what can get confusing. If you need to, slow it down in the playback settings. I did my slip stitch and chain 1 there. So you can see this half is the same as this half. That way when we fold it up, it's going to help create that dinosaur shape. Well, we got to do round 11, and round 11 is back and forth between a bunch of stitches as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing we have our slip stitch and chain 1. and then you're going to slip stitch in the next 4. So a slip stitch, you put your hook through, grab your yarn, and just pull all the way through. Don't make it too tight, just tight enough. So that's 1, grab your yarn, pull through, pull all the way through. That's 2, put through, pull all the way through, 3, and 4. You can see how it kind of lays the stitches on the top here. Then we're going to do 5 half double crochets. So yarn over, put through, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, put through, pull through all 3. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5 half double crochets. If I'm going too fast, slow down the video in the playback settings. Also look at the transcript, it also puts text there that might help you follow along. The next step is a half double crochet increase. So yarn over, put through, pull through all 3 into the same stitch, another half double crochet. That's our increase. And then a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to be doing a double crochet in 8 stitches. So yarn over, put through, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1 double crochet, pull through 2 and 2. Put through, pull through 2 and 2. Put through, pull through 2 and 2. So here you can see it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's see, so here's my increase, my half, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochets, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's be sure. So here I have my half double crochet increase, half double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets. Next is a half double crochet increase. So yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, put yarn over, put through, pull through all 3, yarn over, put through, pull through all 3. That's the half double crochet increase. Then we're doing a half double crochet in the next 3. So 1 half double crochet, 2, and 3 half double crochets. Slip stitch in the next 6. So into this, grab your yarn, don't pull it too tight. 1, put through the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull through, not too tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 slip stitch. You're going to do 2 slip stitch in the next stitch. So 1, 2 in the same stitch, slip stitch in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remembering not to pull it too tight. we're going to do 3 half double crochets. So yarn over, put in the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, all 3, yarn over, next stitch, all 3, yarn over, next stitch, all 3. 3 half double crochets. Half double crochet increase, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next 8. 1, it's not a double crochet, it's a double crochet. So 8 double crochets, so that's 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're doing double crochets and not half double crochets. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to do a half double crochet increase. So all 3, put through, pull through, all 3. Half double crochet in the next 5. So yarn over, put through, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 half double crochets. Almost there. 4 slip stitch. Remember, don't pull it too tight. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And into the last stitch is 2 slip stitch. So 1 and 2. And then you're going to do the slip stitch into that first stitch, which is here because our first stitch was a slip stitch in the first place. And you do your slip stitch and your chain 1. You're going to pull this up. You're going to leave a bit of a tail. Oh man, it's a terrible place to put that. So we'll just cut it there and pull up. And that is the body of our dinosaur. Okay, so what we're going to work on next is the body and head assembly. So you'll need the black and your tapestry needle because we're going to put the smile on him. Or if you want to do something different, leave it blank. You can put whatever you'd like. So the first thing we're going to start with is the body. And we're going to take this piece. And as they're showing you, you're folding the piece in half. And the parts that are going to be folded together are the slip stitch. And we're only going to be using the thread from the half double crochet points. I'll show you more detailed when we're stitching it together because you have to leave an opening for the head and the tail in order to stitch both of those on. This is what this looks like. Take a clear look at it, pause if you need to. Okay, so let's get the tapestry needle included in the kit. We have this here, so you can see we have slip stitches right here, and we have slip stitches right here. So we take it and fold it in half. You can see how these slip stitches line up together. Like this. and this here are the slip stitch. And then you have these back here. You can see how these slip stitches look the same, and then you can see the V's from the actual stitches. So what we're going to do is take our tail. I fold it over and put it through the end. So since my tail is over here and I don't want to stitch closed on the slip stitch, I'm going to take my tail, pushing it up through the bottom so that you can't see it on the front. Okay, so I pulled my thread up the bottom here so you can't see it on the outside, but I need to get it over here. So we're going to weave it through the stitches here, through the top, and back up, and down, and up. And then I'm going to pull it. This is just transferring the yarn from this chain 1 cut space over here to where I need it to be. So putting it through that first stitch there, it's getting stuck on other yarn, pulling it through, folding it up, lining up your stitches like this, and we're going to come back up through. Now you're not going to really see the top of this because there's going to be spikes on top of it. So fold the body in half with the wrong sides together, matching the stitches together. Through the thickness, you're going to do the stitching back and forth. So we're going to come here through the next one, line it up with the next one, like this. And you're just going to keep doing this back and forth, lining up your stitches together. There's the same number of stitches on both sides. And pull it through and pull through like this. Take your time. You can stitch it together differently if you want to stitch it together differently. And we're just going to keep going between the two stitches. I'm making sure to go through both of the V stitches. So I do a few and then I pull it through. Makes it a little easier. Well, you don't want to pull it too tight because then it's going to crinkle up the rest of your pattern. So I put this one through the wrong stitch. So I'm going to try and pull it out. Okay. Alright, so that's the last one. So you have the opening here, and you have an opening here. So one side's going to be bigger than the other one. So the head is going to go on the side with the smaller one, and the tail is going to go on this one. That way the number of stitches from the tail match up, so it looks like it's all one piece. So what we're going to do with this, I'm going to do one more here on the last one, and pull it through one more time, and then I'm going to stick it into the center and pull it through the head here. This is securing my thread in place. I don't have to cut anything on the outside. And it's not very noticeable. Like this. Big opening, little opening. This piece, pull it, trim it, put it back inside. So I think what we're going to do to have a bigger hole to stuff our dinosaur is put the head on and then put the tail on. So with the head first, they want you to take and put a smile on his face. And they're having you make 3 stitches. So put the black yarn between rows 4 and 5, make a smile. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so we have our black thread. So we have our row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So between rows 4 and 5 is right here. Two stitches below the eyes, so 1, 2. So you can put it through, come over here, 1, 2, and you want it to go into this one. So we have 1, 2. That one's only 1, so this one to this one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pulling it through. We do about that. I'll leave a little bit out and fix it afterwards. So we're going to go from here to about here. So which is about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. And you don't want to pull it too tight or it's going to make it really thin. This one here in the middle, it's going to be only 2 stitches. come back through, coming out this end over here where the other end of the smile is going to be. And then you're going to come back Alright, so I'm going to stick it out the back in hopes that it looks good. So, and then I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to come up here, yarn over and pull that through as well. You want to be careful not to pull too hard or it can pull it out. And then we're going to put it in there. And I think that looks good. So I did the 3 bumps that they show on their thing, and then I did 1 big line over it. Remember, it does not need to be perfect. He's just a derpy dinosaur. He's a cool guy. He's unique. So now we take this, get the black thread out of here, and now we're going to put his head to the body. So, and then part of his neck that kind of comes out where this side is flat goes down towards the bottom like this. So take this, put it through, and this isn't quite on the bottom, this is on the side. So if I hold this here, I have them upside down. It seems to be over here. So I'm going to put it over here on the side and ensure the placement is straight. Let's see if we can do it this way. So, attempting to fold him in half to line it up a little better. And then let's try this. So once you get him centered, and you're going to come through on both sides. We're going to pull it tight. And then we're going to come through the other side of his head. Okay, so I managed to finally get mine centered. So I'm just going up through this stitch, back through the head. So here I am at the bottom. I'm going to come through the next stitch, come through the body, and then pull it through, securing the head on. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. And you're going to keep securing him all the way on. Okay, so his head is on. The neck will look different once we stuff it. So now we have the thread, shoving it through the head, shoving it through its body, the same way we did the other one, pulling it out. My thread fell off, so found the thread, pulled that through, cut it, put it back in the body. Now we have to stuff it. So you want to put some up here to his neck so that we can give him a neck. We don't want him to be neckless. This is a point where you can add in some more in the face. So now his neck has a little more shape. I messed up his smile here. Alright, so once that's good, fill in the rest of it. Okay, so we stuffed the head, the neck, his smile got messed up again. Oh my gosh. The body here. Stuff up the back. So you don't want it to just look like a flat taco. You gotta shape the spine on the back because this is where all the yellow spikes are gonna go. And then this is the back of him. So now we're gonna take the tail and put the tail on. So now my tail, the thread does end center. So I'm just gonna have to attach it like this. So I place it here. Okay, almost center. Lining it up. Securing it down. Coming through the next one. Okay, so now that's secured around, you make your way going through the stitch the same way we did the head, going in and through the 2 layers to stitch them together. Okay, so this is our derpy dinosaur with his tail and his head. Looks really weird without his feet, but this is one of his feet. So we're gonna get started on that soon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to place one of the legs on the body, and then I'll let you guys do the other ones on your own. So for one of the legs, you can either do it in rounds 4 to 8 of the body towards the head, or 3 to 7 of the body towards the tail. So you're either doing the front legs or the rear legs. For me, I'm going to do the front leg. So remembering that this tall part is going on the outside of the leg, and this is going on the inside of the body. So if you take your dino and you put it like this, you'll see that the flat part is on the outside. So get your needle, and then we're doing rounds between round 4 to 8 of the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somewhere between here and knowing that there's going to be 2. So you can use a stitch marker and place them down. Or you can just kind of hold him awkwardly. So you have this one, and then you would have another one on the other side. And the 2 legs are going to be very close in the middle. So here we have, we're going to go based off these slip stitches. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Center, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that center line is where the 2 legs are going to touch, and then the legs are going to go this way. So I do have them upside down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rounds between rounds 4 to 8, which is this. Don't stab him in the head. Pull this up. Take this through this side here. Pull it tight. Check our placement. If you like it, keep it there. If you don't like it, take it out and try again. And then you're going to secure it down the same way that we've been securing the other ones down. Just weaving in and out. Like this. So keep doing that all the way around. Okay, so I placed his one leg. You'll place another one here, and one here. I'll let you guys do that on your own. This is what he looks like so far. So I'm going to show you one of the medium spikes, and then I'm going to show you how to do the large spikes. I'm going to show you one, and then you guys can do the rest. So we have our small spike, medium spike. And if we find the paper that talks about the spikes, these, they have all the spikes. They tell you that you're going to put the small spike in the position of round 10 of the body between two spikes closest to the head. And then the medium spike is between round 10 and 11 in line with the center spike. So you can see here, this is going to be the center spikes. There's going to be some here and then here. So the two small spikes that we made are going to go up front. The medium spikes are going to go in the two in the middle, and all the large spikes are going here in the center. So I'm going to place one. I'm going to place one of the small ones first. So my tail is kind of short. We'll make it work. So this is 3 stitches wide. So go in through one and here. So it's not the center, but it's the next round. And then I'm going to take this and flip it up, put my thread through, pull it tight like this, and put it back through its body. And that's going to be one of those small spikes. So if you take this thread here, pull it up a little bit, the rest of it will stay inside. And then for the medium one, I'll show you the medium one real quick. And then we're going to do the large. So the medium one, we're going to put it in the same row, but we're going to put it down here in the center. Now this one is 4 stitches wide. So I did like that, fold it over, come through the last stitch, pulling it down, securing it through the body, pushing it back up through the body. If you have a different way to sew it on, go ahead. This is the best way that I could think of. So I'm afraid that this one's going to come off, so I'm going to go through this stitch, come through the bottom here, and then go back through the body, sticking it through the other side. And then I'll pull and cut and straighten out a little bit. So we have our small and our medium. Knot one is gonna, we're gonna make little French knots that go back here. And here's the instructions for the large. So we're going through both layers. You could do this before you stuff it if you wanted to, but it says to stuff it and do it later. Either way would be fine. What you got to do is you got to get this yarn attached to your dino. So now if we start from either, let's say, here or here, you can work continuously and you don't have to cut your yarn. So I said I was going to do this one, but we're actually going to go ahead and do this one here. So I made a slip knot. We're going to attach our yarn. Putting our hook through both layers down here at the tail. I pull it through. I'm going to do a chain one to secure. So now he is secure. Getting kind of awkward to hold, but what we're going to do is it's 3 stitches wide. So row 1, we have the yarn there. So we're doing a chain 2. So chain 1, chain 2, double crochet. Oh, back through that same stitch, yarn over, put through, pull through 2, pull through 2. So chain 2, double crochet. And then you're going to do a treble, a chain 2, and slip stitch. So a treble is yarn over twice, put through the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your treble crochet. Chain 2, slip stitch back into that same treble, so put through, pull through, all right, there we go, finally a slip stitch. And then do another So we did our treble crochet with our chain 2. You're slip stitching into that second chain, and that makes the point. Then we're going to do another treble. So yarn over twice, put through the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 2. Just wrong. So our next treble is going into the same stitch. In the next stitch, we're doing a double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch. And you see, makes a spike. If that wasn't a nightmare. Alright, so you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 of these that you're going to do. Each one is going to span across 3 stitches. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So you can chain 1 and secure it. Okay, so to do the next one, here's my loop. We're going to skip this one here. We're going to go into this next one. So I'm going to take my hook, loop my yarn around, and pull it this way. I'm going to chain 2. Then we're going to do a double crochet the same way we did the first time. So double crochet, squishing Dino on the ground so he doesn't run away. And then we're going to do a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, into the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, 2, 2, chain 2, slip stitch, treble, yarn over twice, wow. In the next stitch, double crochet, chain 2, slip stitch. And there we go. So you're going to keep doing that until you have the 5 center spikes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the dinosaur from the Loops and Threads crochet kit. This one came out really well. The pattern worked. like it was supposed to. I had enough material. This by far is one of their better kits compared to some of the others. I did a couple of the spikes different off camera, but either spike looks good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. If you have anything you want me to crochet next, just leave it in the comments and I'll check it out soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends, come back for more crochet content. I'll see you guys again next time.